What is up, YouTube? Welcome to another Narrative Crusades video. Today we are going to be looking at the big and the best monsters. Everyone loves monsters, and NIDs by very definition have the biggest and the best. Today we're not going to look at just the scary ones, but the cool ones and how we should really be using them in the game. Couple of points. Our campaign is still live. It will be for another week or so. Please submit your results. It will influence future campaigns. We are still giving away a WARHOUND Titan. Find the video, leave a comment. Once we get to 2,000 subscribers, we'll be giving that away. And our Patreons will be getting a free combat patrol this month. It is not too late to enter that. Moving on to the types of Tyranids. 4 generations Imperial scholars have been trying to designate it. They've not done a good job at all. There are 3 types of Tyranid monsters: fun bugs, gun bugs, and brain bugs. Why are they called this? Fun bugs are the Tyranids you want to be taking. They are big, chunky, nasty, eat-your-face monsters. Gun bugs are the ones we need to take because 10th edition says so and the rules say so as well. And brain bugs are the ones we don't want to take because we actually have to think to use them, but we really should take them anyway. Let's start with the fun bugs, the Carnifex, the staple for generations now. One of the famous Tyranid monsters. Melee weapons are great. Sadly, there's no real point taking 2. The 2 extra attacks are a waste of time. We may as well give him a gun instead. In which case, sometimes, sadly, it is worth giving him 2 for 24 Brain Leech squads. If we put Old One Eye in there, we get to re-roll the hits. Very useful. Blister and Assault is one of the best results for Carnifex I've ever seen. Every time you hurt him, he gets closer and tries to eat you. What's better than a Carnifex? A Screamer Killer. 10 attacks, flat 3 damage. Flat 3 damage is always our favourite place. Weapon skill of 3+ is good. It's going to put most things on their invulnerable save. You want to be using that bioplasma attack to get people off of objectives as best you can, but also stopping people using nasty stratagems on you in your charge phase. 18-inch range is very good for us. We can support our other units. The Maleceptor. He's got synapse. He's flat 3 damage. He's toughness 11. He's a disgusting 14 wounds. He has a 4-up invulnerable save. Has anyone noticed he's sold out online? Again, no surprise at all. D6 plus 3 attacks, good ballistic skill, good strength, and he makes it harder for our other monsters to be hit. I don't know if this is a brain bug or a fun bug because he seems to do everything. Not really a monster, the Venomthrope. Gives our other monsters cover, which is why we want to take him really. Sadly, it's a minimum unit size of 3. Otherwise, we'd float them around everywhere. That would probably be a bit silly. Good decision from Games Workshop there. Now, we need to talk about tactics. The Devourer. This is the way we want to play NIDs. This is where we get our inspiration from. Not that Games Workshop took any inspiration from this or this at all, but this is exactly what we're going for. Here's some artwork that really shows it. So what is the Devourer stratagem? What list should we be taking? We want Old One Eye with 2 Carnifex. We want 2 Carnifex with claws and guns. We want 2 more Carnifexes with claws and guns. We want 2 Screamer Killers. We want 3 Venomthropes, and we want a Maleceptor and 60 Gaunts. Can we take that many? I don't have a clue. I don't know what the points are. Hopefully we can, and then some more. How do we use them? We deploy like that, and then we walk in that direction. Will it work? Well, you wouldn't tell a Khorne player that if everyone got their head cut off that you'd lost, would you? We really just want to eat everybody. So who cares if we win as long as everybody gets eaten? Let your opponent think they scored the most points while you decimate their solar systems under the Great Devourer. Gun bugs. We do need some gun bugs, really. The Tyrannifex. Is he -1 damage? Can he ignore all -1 weapons? Do they actually affect him? I don't know. Some people in my group are saying that it doesn't go below 1. I don't know. What do you think? The Overwatch with the acid spray is disgusting. D6 plus 6, range 18, AP 2, damage 2. There are a lot of problems here. He's one of the only Tyranid monsters that's actually built like a tank and got the 2-up save to represent it. He's got 16 wounds, and he's not shy at a movement of 9 either. You've got the classic Exocrine. He's symbiotic, which is combination nice for the rest of our army. D6 plus 3 shots. Would you like to throw a Screamer Killer 36 inches? If you roll a 6, you just did. You've got Blast. He's got the same stat line practically. He's strength 10. Instead, well, sorry, the Screamer Killer's strength 10, so slightly less strong, but he's got better AP and the same damage. Actually, sort of a little bit ridiculous. Let's move on to some brain bugs. The Tyrannocyte. It's a transport. It sits in this really weird place. It's got some annoying guns. It's damage 2 with 5 attacks. You can use it to perform actions anywhere you decide to drop it, and it's got synapse. Your opponent doesn't really want to shoot it, but they really need to. You've got the Trigon. Take 2, wait until turn 3, drop it into your enemy's deployment zone 3 inches away, and suddenly most of their army is running home to deal with these 2 giant monsters in their deployment zone. Or use rapid ingress, get it in there at the end of your opponent's movement phase 2, and suddenly they're in a really tight situation because that thing's charging next turn. It's got toughness 10, it's got 14 wounds, it's got a 3-up save, and it's got 12 attacks doing a flat 3 damage. And it's in your deployment zone. That is a problem. I don't know if that's legit. I don't think it should be legit, but I can't find out a reason why it's not legit. Finally, Hive Crone, another good example of a brain bug. It's not final, there's another one after this. It's got 2+ ballistic skill against units with fly. There's loads of annoying units out there with fly, and you've got anti-vehicle 4+ with devastating wounds. You've got 4 attacks with that, hitting on 2s, strength 7. Nasty at killing jump jet infantry and other such annoying things. Even little swooping hawks if they turn out to be annoying again. We have the Spore Assist, area denial king. Drop it somewhere at the start of the game. Your opponent, again, does not want to shoot it. They are absolutely, definitely going to be shooting it. They should be shooting your Carnifexes, though, running across the board to eat them. But they're going to waste time shooting this because no one likes moving and then getting shot at, let alone 4 times in one turn, hitting on 4s in your turn. That does not feel good. They are going to waste time shooting at that. You can also use the Mucoloids, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, for some nasty area denial, spitting one of those out every turn so your opponent's finding it harder and harder and harder to deep strike, move into your section of the board. Put it in front of units, be as annoying as you can do. Some honorable mentions. Cool but left out. The Morlock just does not seem as good as the other one. He's got 16 attacks. It looks good on paper, but sadly, what can I say? Probably not good enough. I love the Horus Vex. Look at him. He just wants more Big Macs than you can possibly get, and he's happy doing it. He's doing his job eating Big Macs. He's got a huge number of attacks at 18, but sadly, I am afraid Carnifexes are just cooler. Thanks again for listening. Leave a like, leave a subscribe. It does help us out. Thank you very much again for our Patreons. Thank you for listening.